Hello, gorgeous, and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Universe is My Sugar Daddy. My name is Ava, and I'm a mindset coach and an abundance junkie, and I'm so happy to see you here. Have you ever felt like life is moving too fast, constantly changing and slipping out of your control? We spend so much time trying to hold on to people, experiences, emotions, only to realize that eventually everything shifts. But what if the key to true happiness isn't in resisting the change, but in embracing it? In this video, we'll explore how to let go, live fully in the present, and find lasting peace in ever-changing world. Stay with me till the end, and you will find out how. And first, I wanted to talk about attachment. How not to get attached. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But in order to avoid attachment, you need to realize that everything changes every second. For example, the train is coming and you really see that it's coming towards you. Everything changes every second. And the train changes and moves closer to you with every single second passing. Do you see it coming towards you or not? If you don't see it, the train will crush you. If you do see it, then you simply step aside and don't stand on its way. You don't attach yourself to it. And when it moves and changes, you understand it and you just step aside. And how not to attach? Ideally, as you attach, you can also detach the same way. But you are just used to it. For you, attachment is a habit. It has become a part of your experience. This sense of it's mine, mine, mine. That's the ego, but it cannot function in any other way. It says I, and it tries to hold on to everything. My thoughts, my word, my person, my job, my kids, my house. And this body drags all of it along in every moment. Yet it tears you apart. So why do people suffer? Because they try to carry too much with them. And here is the thing, no one has ever managed to carry anything with them. No one, not a single being on this planet has been able to carry anything with them. They've all lost it in the end, no matter how hard they tried. But why torture yourself like that your whole life? Just to disappear in the end? If you see that everything changes every second, you just must be honest to yourself. That's it. You must realize that there is no need to cling to anything. And if something happened and it brought you joy and pleasant emotions, then because everything changes, it will pass. But there is an understanding that you really enjoyed it and you would like to experience it again. Experience it while it lasts, but as soon as it stops, it will stop. You can't control it. The wise person knows that everything ends, and when something changes and disappears, they never get upset. Later on, you will realize that you can go beyond joy, regret, and sadness. There is a peace beyond all that when you stop clinging to joy or suffering. None of it can affect you anymore. But everyone is on the swing, and if you experience intense joy, you will be brought down. You will experience some sort of a hardship. This is how the swing works. Just when it seems that everything is perfect and you feel like you caught a perfect wave, bam, the wave disappears. And this is how it goes with the swing of life, and it throws you back and forth. No one can hold on to anything. You might ask me, how do I build a long-term relationship without attachment? Why build anything? Be in the moment. And if your moment manifests as a long-term relationship, let it manifest that way. You have this concept of what relationships should be like, this very strong concept imposed by society, your parents, your friends, social media, of what relationships should be like. But only God knows what relationships are needed. And then you have this I, and this I has preferences of what relationships should be. But no matter what they are, your body will not remain here forever. The end will be the same for everyone. The question is, how will you be until that moment? And if there is I, which will make demands and limit itself by thinking that relationship should be a certain way, that is an attachment to a form, and it will change, and you will inevitably experience that change. Each person will crash against their own expectations. That's how everything works. Everything in this universe is set up that way that no one can cling to anything. Otherwise, a person will suffer and suffer and suffer. You will attach, experience suffering, and eventually you will realize that you don't need to do this, that you don't need to claim anyone or anything for yourself. So don't set expectations of how relationships should be. A person has come into your life, be thankful that they came. There is now a moment happening between you. If God decides that this moment should last a minute, it will last a minute. If God decides that this moment should last for a month, it will last for a month. If God decides that this moment should last for a year, let it last for a year. If God decides that it should last for the rest of your life, let it last. You will see how it unfolds. Why are you trying to limit this person immediately by saying that it should be a long-term relationship? This is just a concept of relationship in your mind, and that's it. Then you start acting from this thought and lose the moment itself, the very essence of what is happening right now. You forget that one of this moment will be the last one. And it happens like this. You see people, they walk, then suddenly they disappear. The next moment never comes. Don't you see that? Long-term relationships are living in the future, trying to hold on to something for a while. Be here and now and enjoy this moment as it is. Be the moment itself. And if someone limits you by a long-term relationship, just remember that no one can limit you. This is you limiting yourself. How can someone limit you? You just stand up and leave. Isn't that how it works? Who is limiting you? You are limiting yourself, and this limitation manifests through this person in your space, because space and you are inseparable. You are one whole, and everything around you are your actors in your inner world. There is no I in others. It exists only for the mind, because mind is separated. We are talking about this now. The one you think is limiting you is just your inner world manifesting. A part of you is expressing itself through a particular situation. You are limiting yourself somewhere, and that manifests as a specific person who cannot act a different way. Through them, you are knowing yourself, and through you, they're knowing themselves. And once you can see that, everything will change for you in that moment. It can change for them too. But if not, they will meet someone else and they will continue that cycle. I hope you can see that everything changes every second. Once you realize this, you will never suffer again. There will be no possibility for suffering because you won't cling to anything anymore. And when something changes, you will just accept it with understanding. You won't experience anger, suffering, or something like that anymore. And the moment when something changes, it will remind you. And you'll say, yes, that's how it is. Even if you've already gotten very involved and attached to something, as soon as it changes, you won't get upset. You will simply say, thank you, and continue. It was a beautiful moment. It was great. But now it's a new moment, and you are here. You are the moment itself. That's all there is. There won't be anyone even to remember a previous moment, the previous word, because only this word exists right now. Only this movement, this sound, this fragrance, and that's all there is. Everything else is in the mind. Those experiences of how things were in the past, how things will be in the future, or whether everything is correct now, all of that no longer exists. It is illusion. It all simply disappeared. Only the mind wanted it. It used to it. It wants more, something more complex. It wants to think. That's how it enjoys itself. But all there is now. But where are you now? You go somewhere else into understanding, begin wandering through this world. And while sitting, a person's face changes. They've gone somewhere. Something is happening. So don't lose yourself. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway? How do you handle change in your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this message valuable, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss a future content. Your support helps spread this message to more people who need it. Thank you for watching. And remember, life is always changing. The peace is found in the present moment. See you in the next video.